Hello, listeners. Welcome back to Luke's English podcast. So this is part 2 of a double episode, and I strongly recommend that you listen to part 1 of this first, okay? So please do listen to part 1 of this before you listen to this episode. So I'm assuming, if you're still with me, that you've heard part 1, and so you just want to carry on with the trivia quizzing. In part 1, I talked to my guests, Sarah and Fred, and got to know them. We talked about their new podcast. And then we got stuck into the trivia quizzing and also kind of had a look at what it is that makes a good trivia quiz question. And Sarah gave a few good examples of trivia quiz questions, which I had to try and answer. But now it's my turn. I'm going to be the quiz master. And you'll see if I actually have come up with questions that are any good. You can decide whether I'm a good quiz master. And can you answer my questions? And all of my questions are related to the English language in some way. What a surprise. As an English teacher, you may have expected me to choose that topic. You probably thought, I bet he's going to choose the Beatles. No, all about the English language. So can you answer my questions? And can you learn a thing or two from the answers? And then we get to Fred's quiz questions, which are also very interesting indeed. So I hope you enjoy this. Let's see if you know the answers. Leave your comments in the comments section wherever you're listening to this, and I'll speak to you briefly at the end. But for now, let's continue, and here we go. Okay, guys. So it's my turn now to quiz the two of you. Okay, now guess what my topic is? I'm not as clever as you, Sarah, or as versed in quizzing methods as you, so I'm just going to tell you what the theme is, and there's no... Yeah.
To be fair to you, we've had a little bit more time to write trivia.
That's true. So I've gone with 6 questions about English language. The first couple of questions are about geography and culture in relation to the English language.
Is it going to be is chuffed to bits positive or negative?
Chuffed to bits.
I never remember. That's good, right?
It's good, yeah.
It's really
even
good.
Though you're in bits at the end,
Yeah.
it's you're really pleased.
It's chuffing.
If you're chuffed to bits, yeah.
I need some anti-chuffing powder.
So
Ouch!
I'm chuffed to bits because I got all the questions right.
I'm chuffed to bits for you.
Thank you.
Can you be chuffed to bits for... Yeah.
You can, indeed.
For
fact,
anything.
You are.
Really.
You
May your
already
bits
are.
be chuffed.
So-
Lady.
My bits are
So I've
getting
got
chuffed over
Questions about geography and culture, and then some questions about spelling and pronunciation, okay? So the first question is, English is an official language in all of our countries of origin, obviously the UK and US, but also in Cameroon as well. Can you name one country from each of the 7 continents? So I'm not as clever with my quiz questions. They're a bit more just...
Can I be persnickety?
Yes.
English is not an official language of the US. The US
It's a
has...
de facto official language.
Okay. I'm
you're
pre-fact
right.
checking you.
Fight.
No, you're right. Of course, you're right. Yeah. Can I add de facto because it sounds good?
It's a commonly spoken language.
Right. It's the predominant and therefore informally considered anyway.
We talk
It's the same in the UK. It's the same. There's no official language in the UK too, but it's just the most predominant one, English. Anyway, can you name one country from each of the 7 continents with English as an official language, either legally or de facto? Right?
Okay.
And I want you to choose countries from outside the core Anglosphere, which
Okay.
includes the UK, USA, Canada, Australia, New Zealand.
Okay. But Commonwealth is still okay. I mean, they'll mostly be Commonwealth. I
Commonwealth
think.
is still okay as well.
7 continents?
7 continents. So one country from each continent if you can.
Can we leave out Antarctica?
No. Well, yeah. I mean, that's kind of like the joke part of the question is that
Hilarious.
Antarctica is just Antarctica.
And
so you got one.
obviously they speak English.
Antarcticese.
Yeah.
Antarctica.
Thanks.
Correct.
They speak science, which is in English.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All the Norwegians there speak.
Okay, so
We have a map here.
yeah.
I'm
wait,
gonna-
we shouldn't look at
I'm gonna
it.
look at
There's a map on the wall,
Yeah.
No.
which you can ignore if you want.
Oh, ignore it. So should we start with some obvious ones?
Yeah.
So in Europe, which is just one. Can we try? Can we
One
name
is
more?
enough. One is enough. I mean,
Should we?
there's low-hanging fruit here.
Well, I want to go with the less low hanging fruit and say Malta.
Yes.
Ooh.
I'm not going to do the bell every time.
That. Please do. Oh, no.
You want the bell?
Sure.
I liked it.
Okay. Malta. Correct.
I didn't know about Malta.
Oh, you didn't? Okay, what were you going to say?
Ireland.
Ireland.
That's the obvious.
That was the obvious low-hanging fruit there, but Malta, yes.
Okay.
Okay, that's Europe.
Okay. You take your pick.
Africa, there's a bunch.
Pick your favorite.
I go for the neighbors, Nigeria.
Okay.
Nigeria. Yeah, absolutely.
Ring my bell.
Oh,
Ring my bell. What else in Africa? Kenya?
Oh.
Kenya.
So much damage.
What else?
The Trail of Destruction.
Kenya, Tanzania.
The Britain's trail of colonial destruction, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, the Belgians and the French were there.
There's
too.
another story for another time. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
All right.
Spread the blame.
Yeah,
I guess my people also at some point.
we're all
probably.
part of the soup in a one way or another. So
We're all here together. Isn't that lovely?
What, Asia?
Asia. So I would tend to.
Oh.
I would tend to say Philippines.
Okay.
you would tend to say Philippines.
I would tend to. Well, we're conferring as a
Yeah.
team.
Right.
My first was Singapore. Then I forget there's a giant one in the middle that speaks English.
Oh, there's a giant one in the middle.
Yeah.
There is.
The giantest. I mean,
A couple of
not China, but the other giant one.
Oh yeah. Well, India.
Yeah. I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I would assume India is cool.
Yeah, you got 3 right answers,
Okay.
and obviously India and Pakistan, but Singapore and Philippines, of course, yeah, and no doubt a few others as well. I'm not going to give the whole list right now. Okay, good. You got Asia,
That's
you got
Europe,
Europe,
Africa, Asia.
yeah, and Africa. Yes,
We need a North American
North
country.
America, South
Yeah.
America, Oceania.
We have a neat little island. North America.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's obviously Canada, but that's boring.
Oh wait,
No,
did
it's in the Anglosphere.
Hold on.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Hold
No.
on. I'm sorry. I apologize. I think maybe in North America there is no other country that's not in the Anglo.
all the islands.
yeah,
are
Oh, the
because
islands.
The Caribbean counts,
Does
right?
the Caribbean count as North America?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, let's go with that then.
Yeah.
What's an
Caribbean
A?
or Caribbean?
Either.
Yeah.
Either.
You
What'd you say?
you say Caribbean. I say Caribbean. Pirates of
What?
the Caribbean.
Caribbean?
Yeah, Caribbean.
And what'd you say?
Caribbean.
Caribbean.
I say both.
Caribbean?
Caribbean. I say Caribbean, and you would just say Caribbean or Caribbean.
Caribbean islands. Caribbean islands.
I can't hear it anymore. I got
Yeah.
saturated.
I think there's Jamaica.
Yep. Yeah, that's easy.
Jamaica. I would say Jamaica.
Did you make her? Have you heard that joke? My wife's gone to the West Indies. Jamaica? No, she went of her own accord. And that's one that confuses everyone. Okay. Anyway. Yes, Jamaica. That's right. Congratulations. And then, so Oceania is left.
Well, the
same.
2 big ones.
He said
Big
no.
ones.
They're in the
Oh no, they're not the
Anglosphere.
Anglosphere.
So
Australia,
everything
New
else-
Zealand.
Australia, New Zealand, no.
And that's included.
I guess you can pick an island as well,
What's
or the one just above Australia.
just above Australia? Go for it.
It's
Actually, I might have
Papua New Guinea.
Papua New Guinea. Oh yeah, you got a few. You got a few little, sort of small islands. Fiji,
Oh yeah, Fiji, Samoa, Tonga.
Kiribati, Marshall Islands, Micronesia. Macronesia isn't. I don't know where that is.
No.
Nauru, Palau, Papua New Guinea, Samoa, Solomon Islands, Tonga.
I've just done the countries of the world on Sporkle so much. You have to understand.
Yeah, that's a good Sporkle quiz.
Yeah, I just.
Guyana. Yeah. Okay. So you did it. You got your 7.
No.
Well, no.
We didn't do South America.
South America.
You
Sorry.
spoiled the last one.
Oh,
I
God,
think.
Oh man.
Did I?
You just said Guyana.
Oh.
That
Oh,
was
yeah.
the one. I was trying to remember it. I was like, I know there's one. That's the one.
Yeah, it's Guyana. Yeah, well done. You got 7 out of 7. Congratulations. All right, that was question 1. Where's my phone? All right, then. Let's
Woohoo.
go back to... So,
That
next...
was a hard one in Guyana, actually.
That was hard.
I-
Would you
I
have
was-
gotten it?
I would have had to like go through like
Yeah, because I think it's the only one.
Yeah, it's the only one.
Yeah. Shout out to listeners in Guyana and indeed any of the countries that we just mentioned or didn't mention. Shout out to all of you.
Or mispronounced.
Yes. Question number 2. Official languages other than English in the UK. English is the de facto official language of the UK, but there are about 7 other native languages spoken there. Can you name 4 of them?
Oh, 4. Okay. So with so can I just say all the ones I know, and then we can maybe talk about if they're dialects or languages?
Mm-hmm.
So there's like Scots, Manx. There's Gaelic and Gaelic, which are different, I think. There is Welsh. There's other things. I think that's my first. What do you have?
I had Scots. Sorry, I had Scots, Gaelic, and Welsh.
There's an English one as well that you have neglected to include.
Manx.
Oh, Manx, but that's not England. That's Isle of Man.
Mm-hmm. Oops. I thought it was Manchester.
The Gallagher brothers.
Oops.
No.
I mean, but you pulled it, so.
It's good that you got Manx, though. That's obscure.
Yeah, that's. Is this another one in England?
There's one in England.
Oh, were those all right?
No, you are absolutely right.
Oh.
No, very good, very good. Yeah,
like a northern thing.
Oh, so we got all 4.
You've got it. You got the answer right. So let me just recap. Obviously, English.
A Midland thing.
No, the missing one is way down in the south.
Oh, is it?
I know.
Ahar.
Got it. Cornish,
exactly.
Like the pasties.
Like Cornish pasties and pirates. So obviously number 1 is English. About 60 million people speak it. It's a Germanic language. Number 2 is Scots, as you said, or Ulster Scots, which apparently is about 1.9 million people in Scotland and Northern Ireland. It's a Germanic language too, closely related to English. Third one is Welsh. About 1.2 million people speak it in Wales, mostly. It's a Celtic language. There's number 4 is actually the Irish language. About 95,000 people in the UK speak Irish in Northern Ireland, and also Irish communities in major cities in the rest of the country, like Liverpool, Manchester, Glasgow, London, where there are large Irish communities. It's a Celtic language. Then you've got the Anglo-Romani dialect.
Okay.
Do you know about that?
No.
There's apparently over 90,000 speakers of this language. It's associated with Romani people, gypsy travellers in the United Kingdom, and we have quite a lot of them as well. So they have their own language. In 6th place is the Scottish Gaelic dialect, which is another Celtic language, but this one from Scotland, about 87,000 speakers. And then number 7 is the Shelter dialect, which is also considered a language, and that's Irish gypsies. And then Cornish is last in the list here. About 600 people, only 600 people actually speak it. And then Manx, which is from the Isle of Man, was not on my list because I think no one speaks it anymore. Hello, it's time for me to interrupt the episode again. How's it going? Are you doing all right? Did you manage to answer any of these questions? Do you understand what's going on? I hope so. Did you know that there were more languages other than just English and maybe Welsh in the United Kingdom? Anyway, a point here about the Manx language. I just said that I thought that no one actually speaks it anymore. This is not true. People do speak Manx. In fact, the language has been revived, and apparently these days about 1,800 residents of the Isle of Man are fluent in reading, writing, speaking, and I suppose listening to the Manx language. And the Manx language is a very important part of the heritage and culture of the Isle of Man. Where is the Isle of Man, you might be thinking? Well, it's a small island just off the northwest coast of England. It's in the Irish Sea. So it just sits there in the sea between the northwest coast of England and the coast of Northern Ireland. There it is. It's called the Isle of Man. The language there is called Manx. And yes, people still speak it. So it has survived and it continues to survive. So there you go, Manx All right. Right.
Right.
I'm ringing the bell again, just in case
Thanks.
anyone's falling asleep. Spelling and pronunciation is now what we're going to move into. Question 3. What pangram? Do you know what a pangram is?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yes. It's,
It is a. Should I try to
go
define
on.
it?
Yeah, go on.
It's a sentence that contains all of the letters of a given alphabet in that language. Yeah.
Every letter of the alphabet in one sentence. What pangram involves what pangram involving several animals is commonly used in touch typing practice?
So I think are we all old enough to have been to typing classes?
Yeah, me for sure. Yeah.
No, I just didn't get any, but I did open the fonts file a lot.
Okay, you open the font
you
file.
double
in
click on the font, and then it does this window with that phrase like
written.
bold, italic.
What is it? Because I
underline.
always get one or two words
Yeah,
mixed
me
up.
too.
So it's the quick brown fox
Mm-hmm.
jumped over the lazy dog. No,
No,
I mean there are more, but
Jumped over. Wait, do we have all the difficult letters? F Q.
the quick sly fox jumped over the lazy brown dog.
Ooh, that's nice.
Do you have the R? Is there an R in there?
brown?
Brown. So I'll give you the point. Well done.
I know that there's a different version of that, but I think that
Yeah.
works as a pangram.
I think quicks because the hardest is Q quick, lazy,
Z.
W brown,
X.
Fox.
Fox.
Yeah, FOX. I think that's
So the one that I was looking for, but you got close enough, is the quick red fox
the quick red fox.
jumped over the lazy brown dog.
Oh, close enough.
And yeah,
You get everything.
every letter of the alphabet is included in that sentence. Some of them more than once.
I've never heard the red.
But maybe
red one.
red is not necessary because R, we've got R in over, we've got E in over, we've got D in dog.
Yeah.
So actually the word red, it
Yeah.
could just be the quick fox jumped over the lazy brown dog, but it's quite nice to have red
Yeah,
fox,
it's,
brown
doo-doo.
dog, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, well done. You're doing great.
Okay.
Question number 5. What is the most... This is just dead easy and an example of a kind of a bad quiz question because it's just sort of like, there's nothing interesting in the question at all.
Oh, maybe we could talk about how we would rewrite it.
Ooh.
Okay, please do that. So here's the question. What is the most common letter of the alphabet? Clue, it's also in the most common word.
I mean, I guess it would be E.
Yeah, it's E. I think it's E too.
And the most common word is the.
You say the. I say the. Yes. Congratulations. You got it right.
Are we writing that?
I would, you know what I would do is I would say, who was, oh gosh, I'm not going to remember the name. The book that was written without a letter E.
I was thinking about the same thing.
Yeah, you would say the most common letter in the alphabet. This entire book was written
Did I?
without using it. Yeah, maybe.
So a guy wrote a book, an entire book, without using the letter E. So this could be the more
Yeah.
interesting version of the question.
Yeah.
So John
Without
Smith,
using what letter, the most common in the language.
right? Sort of John Smith, whose name doesn't include an E, wrote this book, which amazingly didn't include one letter, the most commonly occurring letter in the English language, which is, and then a much more interesting version of the question. Okay. All right. Number 6. And hopefully this one, it does what you did before where it gives you the answers it kind of gives you the answers in or maybe you already know. There's a good chance that you'll already know. Anyway, so number 6, make the sound, can you, is a question.
Make the sound, can you?
Make the sound, can you? So, can you make the sound of a voiced labiodental fricative? Now, you can work that out from the words. Voiced labiodental
Fricative.
fricative.
So something with your lips and your teeth touching friction.
Lips and teeth, that's
The lips, the teeth,
labiodental
the tip of the tongue.
and fricative. Lips, teeth, fricative.
Vibration, fricative,
Voiced,
friction
voiced rather than unvoiced, because there's
Voiced.
voiced sounds and unvoiced sounds.
versus all.
No, they're both voiced. So an example.
So I think I would. Well, if
Go
I
ahead,
may,
go ahead.
unvoiced might be like a
Correct.
th sound,
Nice.
and a voice is when the
She's good.
voice comes out.
Okay, so that's
So like z.
that's what you just did was an unvoiced dental fricative,
Yes. Yeah.
like in Thursday,
Yeah.
right? That's a dental fricative, unvoiced.
Right.
We're looking for a voiced labiodental fricative.
Labiodental.
So maybe like not like
So not the tongue and the teeth, which is but we need the lip and the teeth.
oh no.
My chair just collapsed. Look at the drama on this podcast.
You saved yourself though.
So not only have some of my audience members collapsed listening to this long episode, but the seat I was sitting on literally just collapsed underneath me
Oh dear.
from the weight, just from the pure weight of information that's been transferred during this episode.
I think that even AI can figure out the highlight.
I don't know what I'm going to do now.
are you gonna
Am
do?
I just going to stand here like this with my head above the frame of the camera? I don't know. I tell you what. I think there's a chair in the hallway
I was about to
outside.
say, can we just pause and then...
So we can pause, or you can continue to confer about what a labiodental fricative might be.
What a disaster.
I'll be back with a chair in just a moment.
A few moments later.
I'm really sad about that. I really like that stool with the orange seat on it.
You get
Did you
it fixed.
fix it?
Maybe you get it fixed, yeah. So that's the first time that's ever happened in over 850 episodes of this podcast that the seat has actually given way underneath me during the recording. Anyway, so have you got your answer then? Labiodental
No.
fricative, voiced.
Voice. So lips and teeth. Puh is just labio.
And that's not... do you want me to give my commentary or shall I just let you go?
Wait, give us a second.
Yeah.
So,
We can figure it out.
fricative is like, is it friction?
It sounds like it.
I mean, he told you that is unvoiced dental fricative.
Yeah. So I guess
The-
this is getting into like linguistics territory. This is
Which I like.
beyond.
The IPA. All
Yeah.
right.
I like to drink IPA and use it to help.
Use it to fart with the brand.
Okay.
I don't get a labiodental like
So wait, let's just go through all the sounds you can make. This is gonna be fun.
okay. Ta. What's ta? Ta dental.
Ta.
There's no lips. There's no lips.
No, there's no lips.
What do lips
So what
do?
is you
Ma.
know the game
Ma.
Satouche or Satouche pas?
Ah yeah.
Like
Ma is very labial.
ma, but no dental.
Do you want me to guide you through this?
Ba.
Because it's
Mwah.
just you
Ma.
guys making noises.
Mwah.
Yeah.
Schwa.
Okay. Wait.
What about mwah?
Hold on. P and B, these are plosives.
Yeah, which we know in sound editing land.
Yeah. Plosives, yeah. P and B. So P is an unvoiced labial plosive because you can't hear the voice. P. And B. You can hear the that's the voice there. That's voiced and unvoiced consonant sounds.
Right.
In that case, labial plosives, right? But we're looking for a fricative, so that's one where the air passes through. There's friction between the different parts. So if what did we have before? You can hear that friction of the air passing between the tongue and the teeth. But I want dental labial. So you need to put your teeth against one of your lips and make the air pass through with your voice in there too. So, teeth.
It's an English sound.
It absolutely is used all the time in English. So, teeth here
Right.
against your bottom lip and
Oh, is it a?
that's the answer. It's
Like violin.
like violin. Yeah, that's the voiced labiodental.
Voiced.
And the unvoiced is like in
Fricative.
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 Frickin' fricatives.
Wow.
Fricadilly.
There you go. I'm afraid you didn't get that answer right.
We didn't.
But it was maybe a little bit too annoying for you to get it right. But there you go. You got 5 out of 6, which is absolutely a pass.
Thank you.
That's a first in my university. There you go. Great.
Thanks, Luke.
All right. You're welcome.
That was fun.
Fred, it's your turn then.
Yeah, sure.
Finally, to quiz me then. So this is going to be the last round, and then we're going to wrap things up before another chair collapses under one of us.
Are
Yeah.
you ready for some trivia?
I'm ready, Fred. I'm ready
My
for trivia.
dear.
Yes.
Question 1.
hmm
The colossal squid
The colossal squid. Yeah.
possesses the largest of which type of organ among living creatures, with a diameter of 27 centimeters, which is larger than the average human head.
So the colossal squid has got the largest organ of in the world. Which organ is it?
Yes.
And how big is it again? It's bigger than the
27 centimeters.
27 centimeters in diameter.
Yes.
In diameter, 27 centimeters. Doesn't a squid have a beak? Is this like like the way birds have beaks? Doesn't in the no? You're looking at me like, what is he talking? What beak?
I've heard that.
Yeah,
I see what you mean. It took me a second, but now I get it.
because
It doesn't have. I mean, yeah. Anyways,
birds have beaks, and octopuses and squids don't have beaks. No, they don't.
To go back
In the middle,
yeah, I knew what you were talking about.
like
Yeah.
where their mouth is.
Yeah.
to go back to elements of the question, the same way.
Yeah,
With a diameter of 27 centimeters.
27 centimeters.
The diameter.
That's the diameter of it. Yeah. Okay.
Diameter usually refers to
The size across the circle, so it's round. Yes, so it's round. So it's eye or mouth or one of the other ruder orifices of the animal kingdom body.
It's an orifice,
bodies.
an organ?
Oh, it's an organ, right? So it's
Yeah.
not an. Okay. Oh my god. Eye.
It's the eye.
Eye, Captain. So they've got the largest eye in
The largest
in
eyes
the world.
of the living kingdom.
Really?
Indeed.
Wow.
Giant eyes. Giant eyes.
Massive.
And possibly beaks, but let's not get into that.
Okay, I got that right. Bing.
why
question-
don't I ding?
Yeah.
I'll be
Okay.
the dinger.
Ring his.
Ring a ding ding.
Question 2. Which movie from 2008 starring Amanda Seyfried was followed in 2017 by a sequel in which Cher and Andy Garcia performed together the song Fernando?
Fernando. Yeah, which is a song by ABBA. And Cher and Andy Garcia, they performed the song. So it's kind of a musical which features ABBA songs, and Amanda Seyfried was in it. It's Mamma Mia.
Woo!
Yes.
Ding that.
All right.
Well sorted. Well sorted.
So we got
2 out of 2.
We got Mamma Mia. Mm-hmm.
Number 3. Which bowling term is
Bowling.
Bowling.
Like 10-pin bowl. 10-pin? Do you call it 10-pin bowling?
Which bowling term?
Sorry. There's different types of bowling.
The question is written as this.
Go on. Sorry.
Which bowling term is also the title of a memoir published in 2022 by the 5th person in line for the British Crown?
Whoa. Let's just unpack that question again for me. Which
Bowling term is also the title of a memoir published in 2022, which is recent, by the 5th person in line for the British Crown?
Okay, let's go with the end. The 5th person in line for the British Crown. So you got to King Charles. When he dies, it's going to be William. That's one. Then William's 3 kids. And then Prince Harry. So it's Prince Harry. What was the bloody book called? Was it called? It wasn't called
It's also a bowling term.
Strike. Was it called Strike? Strike! The new army thriller from Prince Harry.
It was much sadder.
Spare. It's called Spare, isn't it?
You see the... Ding it! Well
Spare,
done.
because he's just spare. He's on the side. Have you got anyone got a spare royal that no one's using, that no one needs? Yeah, you can have Prince Harry. There you go, America. We don't want him.
Figure it out perfectly.
That was a well-written question. See,
Yeah,
got you
I got
there.
it. That's really good.
Question 4. The Global Navigation Satellite System, launched by the European Union in 2011.
Yeah.
Global Navigation Satellite System, launched by the EU in 2011, is named after which 17th century scientist known for his observations of the moons of Jupiter and the rings of Saturn?
Oh my God. Global Navigation Satellite System, launched by the EU in 2011, named after a 17th century scientist who was really interested in the rings of Saturn
and the moons of Jupiter.
And the moons
I think
of
it was
Jupiter.
the first to observe both.
The first one to observe both. Oh gosh, Galileo? No, I'm not sure. I don't know. Actually, I don't really know. Galileo. It's Galileo. Of course it is. Yeah, I should be more confident in my knowledge of 17th century scientist, astrologer type guys.
Well done.
All right. Galileo.
So that was 4 questions. Question 5.
I'm trying to work out the theme.
Right.
Good. You've learned how it works.
Mamma mia, I spare Galileo.
Final question. Question 5 before the question is revealed.
Right.
In Shakespeare's play Macbeth, which adverb of time is spoken 3 times at the beginning of Macbeth's last soliloquy, which takes place after he's told that Lady Macbeth has died?
You're calling it an adverb? Because I'm thinking, is it tomorrow, tomorrow, and tomorrow? But
How would you define tomorrow?
isn't it a noun? I'm going to do it tomorrow. Hello, this is me interrupting again, and I feel it's necessary to just explain a couple of things. Right, so Fred has just asked me his 5th question, which is this. In Shakespeare's play Macbeth, which adverb of time is spoken 3 times at the beginning of Macbeth's last soliloquy, which takes place after he is told that Lady Macbeth has died? So a soliloquy is a sort of a speech, a monologue in which a character speaks their thoughts out loud. And there are a number of these soliloquies in Macbeth. The one that's near the end of the play, which is famous, as Fred said in his question, it takes place after Lady Macbeth has died. And Macbeth says tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow, creeps in this petty pace from day to day to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out, out, brief candle. Life is but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. So you may have picked up from that Macbeth is, well, he's not in a very good mood, and he's basically decided that life and time is just meaningless, and that every tomorrow just comes in slowly but surely. Every day is the same, and now that his wife has died, time is just a horrible burden, and his destiny is meaningless. Right, just kind of typical Shakespearean tragedy stuff. But anyway, the question again. All right, you okay? You're still with me, right? So the question again: which adverb of time is spoken 3 times at the beginning of this soliloquy? Now it's tomorrow, tomorrow, and tomorrow. So the answer is tomorrow. But you heard me there going, what, tomorrow? Wait, you're describing it as an adverb? And Fred says, how would you describe it? And I'd sort of go, it's a noun, isn't it? Right. So what you're hearing is the cogs in my brain trying to process what part of speech the word tomorrow is. What do you think? Is tomorrow a noun or is it an adverb? Okay, who's right? Is Fred right? Am I right? Is it possible that Luke from Luke's English podcast could be wrong about a language question? Well, the fact is that the word tomorrow is both a noun and an adverb. So Fred is right. I'm right. We're both right. So tomorrow can be a noun. For example, tomorrow is the day after today. So that's a noun, right? It's the name of the day after today. But also, Yeah, Fred is absolutely right. Tomorrow is also an adverb which describes when a verb happens. For example, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it in the morning. I'll do it quickly, right? All of those, quickly, in the morning, tomorrow, they're all essentially adverbs. So there you go. I just wanted to clarify that, and also to defend my reputation, just in case you heard me going, isn't it a noun? Oh yeah, it's an adverb. I just wanted to defend my reputation just in case it crumbled even slightly. Okay, all right, so let's get back to the quiz then, and here we go. You're calling it an adverb? Because I'm thinking, is it tomorrow,
Language fights.
tomorrow, and tomorrow, but...
How would you define tomorrow?
Isn't it a noun? I'm going to do it tomorrow. When?
I'll do my laundry tomorrow.
Oh yeah, how are you going to do your laundry? When are you going to do your laundry? Tomorrow. Ah yeah, it must be an adverb then. Tomorrow, and tomorrow. It's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow.
I had the same question when I heard this because I psyched myself out and I had the right answer and then I
crossed
I
it out.
crossed it out because
You were sure it was a noun.
I didn't. I was like, this doesn't seem like an adverb to me.
It doesn't have ly on the end. It can't be an adverb.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Question 6. All the answers of this round are lyrics to an English language hit song released in 1975.
Right. So Mamma Mia and it's got to be Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen.
Okay.
Just because that's the only song that I can think of with the word Mamma Mia in it that's not the song Mamma Mia by ABBA. Does it have the word Mamma Mia in it? Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia, let him go Beelzebub. Yeah, it does. Yeah.
What is the other answers?
So, other one is I see a little silhouette of a... No, that's not the same word. That's different. I don't remember the reference.
Any other answer?
You mean another song?
No.
So we've got Mamma Mia. We had I.
Had the scientist.
I for me. I can't remember the reference to the word I in the song. But anyway,
We had
scientist Galileo.
We had the
Galileo
memoir.
Galileo Figaro.
We had we had the bowling term.
Spare. Yeah. I'm trying to remember all the lyrics to flipping Bohemian Rhapsody.
It's not the end of the question anyway. So
I think it's Bohemian Rhapsody.
Let's say you're right.
Yeah. Okay.
What are the second and penultimate words heard in the song? That's the question.
Oh God.
So pretty much when you press play on that song, if you think it's
I'm trying to remember how the song begins.
There's so many
Second-
chapters of that song.
there are.
Should have chapter
second
markers.
second word you hear, and then the penultimate first to last.
Yeah.
Next
word.
to last.
Yeah. Next to last. Yeah. The
Next to last. You said
last
next to last?
last but one word. So the
Penultimate.
second
Penultimate.
word and penultimate word. We need to edit here while my brain tries to remember the beginning of Bohemian
You can sing.
Rhapsody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I'm trying to remember the beginning of it. I mean, I would sing it, but it'll be some point in the middle. Down, no.
Go back.
Yeah,
Rewind.
I'm trying to rewind.
Mm-hmm.
It starts with the piano, doesn't it? Mama just killed a man. Is that the first line? It's not.
That's what I thought it was.
A few things happened before
his
that.
head, pull my trigger now. Go back. What's the first line?
Do you want to
of
try
song?
the
Do you
try
wanna
for
think
the
about-
end?
Do you know the Muppet version? Maybe that's gonna help.
No, I don't know the Muppet
Oh.
version. So, nothing really matters. Nothing really matters to me. To can't be the word to. I don't know, Fred. I'm sorry. I'd love to sit here and speculate, but
Okay.
let's just get the
The
answer.
song begins with a high-pitched choir section.
Ah, yeah. Is this the real life? This, and
Good.
to.
There's
Nothing really matters to me. I don't remember. Anyway, the wind blows. Doesn't really matter. Isn't that the last line of the song? I don't know. I don't know.
Added It's every
Any way the wind blows. Oh, okay. So it's this and wind.
Woo! Congratulations! Ding that bell.
God, that was a long, tortuous process, but we got there in the end.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Congratulations. Well, in real live context, this is a thing with a team, so
Yeah.
no one does it on their own.
I'm imagining the pub situation where you ask
Yeah.
that question. Everyone is on these
Yeah.
tables trying to sing Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, yeah.
And
That
people
must be quite funny.
Forget the beginning or the end, and yes,
That's a good one because everyone knows that song. Well, a lot of people know that song.
Yeah.
We've heard it so many times, and it's a bit of a maze, isn't it? To
Yeah.
try and remember the first line and the last line. Yeah, it must be very funny to watch 5 tables of people all trying to sing different parts
Yeah.
of Bohemian Rhapsody.
I did a music round once where I just played different instrumental solos, and you just had to name the instrument. So one of them was Bohemian Rhapsody on a marimba, except I couldn't get control back of the bar because people just started singing it and wouldn't
Right.
stop.
Right.
Yeah, with some songs it just turns into like a massive karaoke. You have to be careful.
Yeah, most of them.
Yeah.
So just to wrap things up here, in the land of quizzing that we've journeyed to, it's been a wonderful journey. Paris Quiz Mistress and her protege quizzing son, Fred Iango. Not an Alias podcast is available wherever you get your podcasts if you want more quizzing fun. Also on Instagram, Fred, are you online? Do you,
Yeah.
as well as being part of the podcast, do you have your own comedy stuff as well? Do you want to tell everyone about that too?
Fred me up on Instagram. It's Fred me up.
Okay.
And I also say always, I haven't checked that recently, but chess.com or Lichess if you play chess. I'm Fred me up. I should check my my chess app. Maybe I have like people I promote it, but then I haven't played chess recently. So
So basically, if you want to wait to play chess with Fred, then go to chess.com and find Fred me up.
friend me and like challenge me to a nice day challenge, so we don't have to like rush. And we have you're busy people.
Sure.
So yeah, that's it for me.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you very much for taking part and for asking me questions, which I somehow managed to get right, largely thanks to the way the questions were written. If they hadn't been written that way, I wouldn't have understood them. And can we just sort of, I don't know.
R.I.P.
In memoriam.
Just talk about the chair, the stool that died during the episode. It's a sad moment, but everything must pass ultimately.
Is this the thumbnail of the episode?
I don't know. It'd be very confusing. Just you holding up an orange vinyl seat from my stool. Anyway,
Is this orange?
guys, thanks so much. Lovely to talk to you. Let's have lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Pleasure.
Always great coming here.
Yeah, absolute pleasure. Okay.
Thank you, Luke.
Thank you. Bye, everyone. Bye. So that was Sarah and Fred back on the podcast. Remember, their show is called Not an Alias Podcast because it is not an alias podcast. It's actually a trivia podcast with maybe 1 or 2 little references to that TV series from the 2000s called Alias with Jennifer Garner in it. But you don't have to be a fan of that in order to enjoy the wonderful trivia quizzing that is available in their podcast, Not an Alias Podcast. And I was in episodes 18, 19 and 20. Okay, you'll find links in the description on the page for this episode on my website. You will find some embedded audio players and all the rest of it. So you can just check those things out. That's the end of this episode. Okay, thank you so much for listening all the way up until this point. It's amazing. I mean, either you are asleep, or you're a skeleton, or you are just loving it. I don't know. Anyway, leave me your comments in the comments section. Did you understand the questions? Did you get the questions right? If you want, what would be really good is you could create your own quiz questions and write them in the comments section. That could be fun. And I would be willing to try to answer them. Okay, so consider doing that. Consider making a quiz question and putting it in the comments section. There's a little challenge for you right at the end of the episode. Okay, nice one. I'll speak to you again soon on the podcast in some form. But for now, it's just time to say goodbye. Bye, 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 bye.